What if I told you a future king once tried to secretly influence government policy? That royal wealth may be hidden offshore? And that vast land empires in Britain still flow tax-free, thanks to medieval loopholes? Welcome to the Royal Money Trail, the scandal that touches Black Spider memos, secret offshore accounts, and two powerful duchies worth billions. What lies beneath the golden crown may not be as noble as you think. Like, share, and subscribe before we continue the untold royal story. In 2015, a storm broke out in Britain. The Guardian newspaper published 27 letters written by Prince Charles, now King Charles III, to government ministers. These weren't friendly greetings. They were personal interventions where Charles pressured politicians on policies like farming, health, and even the Iraq War. Why Black Spider? Because of his spiky, almost frantic handwriting, like a spider had danced across the paper. Critics cried foul. Is the heir to the throne supposed to influence democratic policy? Charles defended himself. He called it merely expressing concern as a caring individual. But many saw it as meddling. If a royal heir can quietly pressure elected ministers, what else could they influence behind the scenes? The Duchy of Cornwall is no small estate. Spans over 130,000 acres, forests, farmland, shops, and even entire neighborhoods. Brings in more than £20 million a year, all tax-free until recently. This duchy isn't just a royal gift. It's a medieval construct designed to make the heir to the throne eternally rich. Charles used its income to fund his lifestyle, staff, and royal engagements. But here's the twist. The duchy is not a corporation. It's not private. It's not public. It exists in a legal gray zone. No corporation tax. No capital gains tax. And for decades, no income tax until public pressure forced Charles to start voluntarily paying. Why should a royal heir have a billion-pound empire with no oversight? Cornwall belongs to the heir. Lancaster is the duchy of the monarch. The Duchy of Lancaster is a private estate that dates back over 700 years. Today, it's worth over £650 million. Queen Elizabeth II received tens of millions in private income from it every year. And just like Cornwall, the duchy is exempt from regular taxes. It owns land, castles, office buildings, and major city blocks, all under a web of corporate shells. The government insists it's legal. But is it ethical? In 2017, the Paradise Papers revealed the duchy invested in offshore funds in Bermuda and the Cayman Islands, tax havens for the ultra-rich. So even the monarch, the symbol of British integrity, had money flowing through the same loopholes used by billionaires and oligarchs. Offshore accounts are legal, but they're designed for secrecy and tax avoidance. Leaks like the Panama Papers and Paradise Papers exposed how the world's elite, including royalty, protect and grow their wealth offshore. One company tied to the Queen's Duchy invested in a business accused of exploiting the poor, a rent-to-own retailer with sky-high interest rates. Buckingham Palace claimed the Queen had no direct knowledge. But how can the public trust a monarchy that uses the same tax tricks as the world's most controversial billionaires? Isn't that what monarchs are supposed to rise above? Royals aren't required to pay income tax. But since 1993, Charles and the late Queen claimed to do it voluntarily. Sounds noble, right? But voluntary means there's no legal obligation, no auditing, and no clear figures. How much did they really pay? We don't know. Palace won't say. There's no transparency, no accountability, just trust. Meanwhile, everyday citizens are chased by tax authorities for underpaying £100. Why should one family live above the system, simply because of birth? After the Black Spider Memos, the UK passed new laws to hide royal influence. That's right, instead of banning lobbying, they made it harder to find out when it happens. Royal wills? Sealed for 90 years. Royal communications? Exempt from Freedom of Information laws. And still, ministers hold private audiences with the monarch weekly, with no public record of what's discussed. Are they merely ceremonial? Or are kings still whispering into the ears of power? In 2023 alone, the royal family cost UK taxpayers over £100 million. That's not including private duchy income, luxury security, or royal tours. All while food banks grow, hospitals crumble, and citizens struggle. The monarchy argues it brings in tourism and stability. But critics ask, how much of that is just a golden illusion? The Black Spider letters showed us how far a prince might go to shape policy. The Duchies exposed empires built without oversight. Offshore accounts whispered secrets of wealth hidden from the public eye. In a time where every penny counts, can a modern democracy afford to keep its royals untouched, unchallenged, and unaccountable? So here's the question for you. Should the royal family be forced to publish their full finances, or should they remain above scrutiny, protected by tradition? Let us know in the comments. This is a debate Britain can't keep ignoring.